what you learned in school. Never mind what your parents told you, and disregard what your friends say. From now on, the only people you need to listen to are these guys. For the next several minutes, they'll take you on a journey through the political jungle. And when your journey is over and you're safe at home, they promise you'll be stronger, smarter, and just plain better. So buckle up, hang on to your ears, because your journey starts now.
Let me assert my firm belief that the only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
And boy, I'm scared.
I don't blame you. Not at all.
You're listening to At Odd Show. Today is Thursday, January 16th, 2014, where we are humping from the back room of the Spread Eagle Bar and Studio. In what country, Nate?
Guadalupe.
Guadalupe. I don't think that's a country, is it?
Well, it's a country and your pool boy's name, actually.
Yeah, it is.
Is what it is. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it.
Lupe.
They just let me in. It's a little close.
You just go through the border. They stamp the
Well, it's the
visa.
Caribbean islands. Bam. It's near there.
I don't know where
you didn't look out the window while we were flying in?
You know, I wear the little mask over my eyes so I can rest on the plane.
Yeah.
And I take some Quaaludes. Several drugs and cocktails to
Guadalupe
get me
and Quaaludes.
Yes, they're the best. So how you been?
Apparently you don't say the E sound on the end of that.
Guadalupe.
Guadalupe.
I don't know about that.
Here's the thing that I'm not good at. Pronouncing things from pronunciation keys.
Yeah, they're harder
like
than the actual
down
word.
and backwards, and there's symbols in there. What is the backslash?
You have to learn a whole separate language.
How do you pronounce an upside down E?
That's how you do it. I think. I don't know. You have to learn a whole other language.
I know. That doesn't make any sense at all.
My daughter's taking a conversational Spanish in college. She had 4 years of college.
Rather than monologue Spanish.
Exactly.
Yeah.
As opposed to, academic Spanish or something.
Yep, I get it.
She had 4 years in high school. I don't know that she learned a lot, but so now she's taking it as an easy credit in college and a humanities credit. She's taking conversational Spanish. The teacher is from Colombia.
Okay.
And she goes, "Oh, Dad, he speaks Spanish with a Colombian accent. I can't understand anything."
And it's not that.
I said, well, you'd think they'd have an instructor that would speak classical Spanish, right?
Yeah.
It would be like taking English from an Englishman or something. But he goes, "Oh, I don't know." I said, "Well, can you
Guadalupe.
Guadalupe. Isn't that something? Guadalupe.
It is.
I didn't know that. I always thought it was Guadalupe.
Yeah, that's what his name is. I thought he owned the country.
But more importantly, I asked him, "Can he get me cocaine?" He's from Colombia, so it was a...
Oh, the teacher.
Yeah. Oh, Dad.
Kenny? Oh, she didn't ask.
I don't know. A Colombian accent. So she's having trouble. So I will see how she comes out of there. I think, if she... I can see her going through a, which we'll talk about later, a borderless checkpoint, and she talks in Spanish, and they're like, "Oh, she's got a Colombian accent," They shoot the car all up, and she's dead. It would be horrible. Anyways,
holy cow!
How did I get there? Poor little kid's taking Spanish class. And she's dead on the side of the road.
That's
killed by our federal government, which may happen. I don't know.
All because of
because not a Guadalupean, but a Colombian Spanish teacher.
All right. Well.
Anyways, we're a live talk show. You can call us at 248-455-ODDS. That's 248-455-6337. Give us a call if you're out there and you have any questions about Colombian accents, Guadalupe, or anything else. We're going to talk about guns and all kinds of stuff, but you have on our prep sheet here, baby, DOJ wants discipline quotas based on race in schools.
Oh yeah, I just wanted to mention this. Holder came out with a statement that it was penned. It was a combination of Department of Justice and Department of Education, and basically they're saying that these zero tolerance policies that have automatic suspension and things like that, they're racist. It was the gist of it because they affect minorities more than anybody else. Things such as attendance, like automatic suspension or expulsion for poor attendance, or not adhering to the dress code.
Right. So any kind of discipline, it could be as benign as, like you say, being late for a class or knifing somebody in the bathroom.
So I don't know about that one so much, but these things.
Well, I think they would discipline them about that.
But that's not racist. It's only racist if it's something that happens every day.
It's only racist if whites stab blacks, if blacks stab blacks, or blacks stab whites.
Well, then we just don't hear about it.
Yeah.
Right. But, so it's ridiculous because these sorts of policies, if they're zero-tolerance policies, and their statement was that even if the school does not intend racism, and even if they actually apply these rules uniformly and fairly, that it still ends up affecting minorities. They didn't say possibly because in these places the minorities have more issues, either because there's more of them, they're not a minority, or for whatever reason, they are the troublemakers in the school. They don't worry about that. All it is, it's a black-white thing, minority-majority thing. If they're being disciplined more, then it's obviously racist and not some other issue that we should actually address.
I hope they take into regard the percentage of black versus white in the individual schools. I mean, if it's 80% white, 20% black, then you'd look at that ratio. If it's 50%, you'd look at that. If it's 80% black versus 20% white, I hope they take that into consideration too as far as the enrollment goes. The other thing is, why are we still talking about race in this country?
Well, because Obama,
right?
When Obama was elected, he was the great unifier. He was going to remove race from this country. Racial things would no longer exist.
Whenever I fill out forms and they ask, like race, I always say came in last.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny.
Speaking
of schools, I had a coworker talking to someone about guns. I can't go into too much detail, but he mentioned something about the Department of Education having SWAT teams. Yeah. And she was looking for personal protection because when she goes out and does an inspection, she asks for an armed guard to go with her as a state employee. And he says, well, why don't we just arm ourselves and take care of our own personal protection? And he mentioned the SWAT team. She goes, oh, that's good because they could take care of all the kids in the school. No, it's not that kind of SWAT team. It's to go after people who renege on student loans, but it's the heavy hand of the federal government.
Yeah, well,
but
what we
that's
need
where she
is
was.
more,
and then she quickly changed the subject.
More armed public officials.
Right. Because,
let me tell you, if she decided herself to carry a weapon to protect herself while she's doing her job,
she wouldn't do it.
I have no problem with that.
Yeah, that's what we encourage it.
Yeah, I have no problem with that.
It's less expensive. You don't tie up a bunch of personnel. And
I would question why her job exists, but it does.
Yeah. That's
another story. She can arm herself. That's all I'm saying. That's it.
She only does it when she goes into Flint, Detroit, and that's it, I think.
Lansing.
She inspects old buildings for asbestos. I've said too
much.
much.
She's not even confronting people? I mean, she's not walking up to a door, knocking on it, and saying, hey, you have a problem with the state.
Well, I think empty houses and things like that, and she's in bad neighborhoods by herself, and she's a female. And I understand that.
Yeah, no, Detroit's not a safe place. Neither is Flint. I mean, murder capital of the world. Maybe not the world, but at least the Western Hemisphere.
She's not allowed to carry guns on state business. That's the
issue. Because of that Constitution.
But the point was, that's good they have a SWAT team because they can protect the children.
No, I understand the point. I'm trying to avoid the point because if they really, really hurts my head to even try to wrap my head around it.
Yeah. Even if they did have it to protect the children, they're not doing a good job.
No, they're not. Not anywhere. I mean, we saw more school shootings just recently, right? And they only happened because of the lax gun control laws.
I disagree with that.
Really? Because I thought if we added another law restricting law-abiding citizens,
this law will do it.
Would not have happened.
I'm telling you right now, if we had one more gun law, these things wouldn't happen. That's not true.
Was that Bill Clinton?
That was kind of Bill Clinton. That was, if you look at Obama, Bill Clinton, they're pretty much the same.
You know what? They're not much different. And in 2016, when we have Hillary in there,
it'd be
it'll
exactly
the same thing
yeah.
again, except instead of being racist, we will be sexist.
And there won't be well, I can't say that for sure, can I? I was going to say there won't be any male genitalia involved, but I'm not positive of that.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
We do know, though, she was born in the United States.
Well, yeah, I don't think she sealed all her college records and all of her past life and everything else that this guy has done.
Nope.
You know, I've been trying to get to this forever. Do you want to? Do you
I've
like
been stalling?
I know. Do you like a cocktail once in a while, Nate?
No,
you don't. You're drinking a cocktail right now, for God's sakes. If you want to live forever, you should drink moderately. There was a study that looked at people between the ages of 55 and 65.
And they're immortal now.
Yeah, and they'll never die.
Weird.
You and I will never die.
No, not based on this study.
Because
they did this study with just moderate drinking. We ramped it up.
If we ramp it up to heavy drinking, we will live to be 4,000 years old.
I don't even drink that much.
No, you hardly ever do. But when you do, you're a lot more fun than when you don't. I just want to mention that.
Yeah.
On the air. You're kind of a curmudgeon when you don't drink. Anyways, they found that over a 20-year period, they look at lifespan of people that drank moderately and those that didn't. And people that drank moderately tended to live a little bit longer than those. So those that don't drink die. 41% of the percent moderate drinkers died prematurely, compared to 69% of those non-drinkers. Oh, wait a minute. That's exactly the opposite of what I just said.
No, it's not.
No, I know. The other thing is,
but you can't read a sentence right now.
I can't.
But you will live long.
But I will live long because, by gum, I'm. Waitress, another one, thanks. Yeah, another round. Also, they did studies, and they've known this for years, but they've done some more studies. But alcohol does not kill brain cells.
Unlike marijuana.
Does marijuana kill brain cells?
Does it affect the brain?
Well, I don't know if it affects the brain. I don't know if it kills brain cells.
I don't know if it does either. But I just like to make that statement. Cause
now, I just want to say there was a new study done, and they found that it doesn't kill brain cells, and it was sponsored. The research was given a grant by Jack Daniels. No, I'm just making.
Well, no, I mean, so you know it's legitimate and unbiased. That's good.
Because Jack would never lead us wrong.
Right.
Not like the Bacardis. The Bacardis.
Well, they're Puerto Rican.
Of course.
I mean, that's almost...
Actually, it started in Cuba, but...
That's like
they almost got kicked
almost
out.
American. Yeah, well, everything got kicked out of Cuba.
50, yeah. Anyways, brain cells...
I think the story's on the bottle.
We're going to...
If you want to hear the story about Bacardi, I think it's actually on there.
We're going to... Do we have a bottle here? I don't know.
We have several.
Anyways... Lots of them are empty. That's what's so sad. We're going to live forever with no dead brain cells. Anyways, the other thing was mental impairment. Those that drank moderately throughout their lives had less mental impairment as they got older than those that didn't drink.
Wow.
I don't know why that is. But
you better never.
I will be sharp forever
drinking.
because it's really bad now when I drink. So I can only imagine how bad my mental impairment issues will be if I stop drinking.
That's my point.
For the love of God, don't stop drinking. All right, seriously now, let's get into this. You heard on the news lately about the not guilty verdict in the Kelly Thomas
that
death?
One. Yes,
Holy
I have.
Holy smokes! What a...
Did you see the video?
Oh, it's horrible.
Well, you couldn't see anything on it.
No, there's stuff going on there.
There's some stuff. There's like,
you can
hey,
hear
go
the
over
cries
there, go over
for
there,
help.
go over there, and then
you can look at the time frame of how much they beat him. This was a schizophrenic 30-year-old guy, and they said they were going to kill him. I mean, they put gloves on and smashed his face in. I mean, they have all this evidence that this was an intentional, brutal beating of this guy. He dies several days later in the hospital, and for some reason, the jury finds them not guilty of homicide. Manslaughter, I think, at least. Wasn't it second-degree murder and some manslaughter charges or something? They tried two of the officers. They got off. There was a third officer they wanted to prosecute, and since it was not guilty, the DA said, we're not even going to try the third officer. So I wonder Since the DA is often in bed with the police department, I wonder how hard they really tried to prosecute this. I want to read a quote by the attorney for the family of this guy that died, and it's chilling and it says a lot. Oh, excuse me. This was no, I'm going to change that now. This is the attorney for one of the defendants. So one of the police officer attorneys said, "These peace officers were doing their jobs. They did what they were trained to do." And that's what's frightening.
That actually might be true.
Yeah. Trained to kill and beat people. And we're seeing it all the time. And what this does is this puts on what this is saying is to other officers around the country, you can get off scot-free, which they've been doing for centuries. But come on, this is blatant videotaped evidence of this guy being beaten to death. He's actually saying, I'm not resisting, I'm doing nothing. And they just beat him and beat him and beat him. And if you look at the photos of him in the hospital and stuff, it's just horrible. You don't have to beat a man like that to get him to put handcuffs on him and take him into custody.
Except for all the times where we show evidence of 7 rounds is not enough because there's been people shot 20, 30 times and kept coming.
That's fine, but when you're on top of a man and you can't put handcuffs on him and you continue to beat him with nightsticks and your fists,
I'm just saying,
when we take time to put rubber gloves on your hands so you don't get blood on your hands when you beat the guy.
I'm just saying
this is disgusting.
I'm just saying that we have to be fair. And you talk about other police officers around the country.
We don't have to be fair.
I'm going to be fair. You talk about other police officers around the country seeing this. I would say that the majority of them are probably disgusted by this, just like you are.
I hope so.
Yeah, I would say so.
But there seems to be a growing number of police officers that tend to beat and shoot first.
I don't know. I think there's a growing awareness of that sort of thing going on, which is good because then maybe we can shed light on it.
More people have video cameras, so you're seeing this stuff.
And the internet, I think it's probably always happened, probably similar rate as it is now. But then when you
may be true.
When you start allowing these policies that I don't know why all of these conservatives seem to support, but like the stop and frisk type of stuff, where you start letting these small things like, of course you can stop anybody you want and just pat them down because they might be suspicious. Right. You start giving them that leeway, and then it's the more interactions you have with people, the more chance that you'll have a negative encounter with somebody, and this sort of thing might happen.
Oh, I don't know about that. We're seeing a lot of cases where
how can that not be true?
Parents,
the more people you confront, the better the chances are you'll confront somebody that's going to cause problems for you. There's no question about that. It's probability. I know you're not that great at math.
I'm not arguing that. That's absolutely true.
Exactly the point I made, and you said I don't know if that's true.
But I don't know if that's the reason why we're seeing the escalation in violence.
I think it has to contribute to it.
I don't.
It has to,
because not everywhere has the stop and frisk. So, as a matter of fact,
does anywhere have it?
Murder rates have gone down in New York. That's where New York
because of stop and frisk.
Well, I don't think causation caused correlation.
Well, no. I mean, the murder rates went back up since they stopped doing it.
They're trained. These guys are trained to beat the hell out of people to death. As part of the mindset of the new police state. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go with that.
I don't know. I was joking when I made that comment, but
write an article that's going to support that.
All right. And you're going to reference your own statement?
I'm going to and my own data.
Brian said.
And my own data. I'm going to make it up as I go.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. 248-455-ODDS. Talk at adoddshow.com. Also Facebook.com/adoddshow. We'll be right back.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-1892 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-1892 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-1892. That's 1-800-516-1892. Again, 1-800-516-1892.
Are you tired of commuting to a job that makes someone else rich, working harder than ever, but getting nowhere? Do you hate spending hundreds of dollars every week on daycare, having someone else raise your children? With our opportunities, you can start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss, work from home, and live a happier life. At Be the Boss Network, you'll find hundreds of work-from-home opportunities that you can literally start today and be earning money as soon as next week. Go to freedom66.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss. Get out of the rat race. Work from home. Go to freedom66.com right now and change your life today. That's freedom66.com. Go to freedom66.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You be the boss. Go to freedom66.com.
Honestly, I don't feel great about my mom living alone. She's growing older and weaker every day. That's reality when you're in your 70s, but remaining independent is important to her, and I get that. That's why I chose Medical Guardian to ensure her safety. If she falls and can't reach the phone, if there's a fire, or if someone breaks in, she presses one button, help comes rushing, and I am contacted. Accidents and emergencies really do happen. I refuse to risk her safety, and I feel good about choosing Medical Guardian. After all, she's my mom.
Protect your parent and give yourself peace of mind. Call 800-325-1089 for a free brochure. Medical Guardian has no activation fees, equipment costs, or long-term contracts. Be one of the first 50 callers to find out how you can get a free month of service. That's Medical Guardian at 800-325-1089. Ask how you can get a free month of service. 800-325-1089. That's 800-325-1089.
I like mashed potatoes and fried chickens. If you had Odd Show with Nate and Brian.
And we're back. I like fried chicken and mashed potatoes.
So do I. I like gravy, but I don't need it.
Oh, boy, don't I need... No. I should eat just vegetables all the time.
So I put this on Facebook, but I want to mention it because it's better when you talk about it. There's a place around here, and I hear the ad on the radio all the time, and it comes up and it says bacon cakes. And I get so damn excited.
Yeah, of course you would.
So excited. And then I realize it's like bake
and
Yeah.
cakes.
Yeah.
So
it's actually just normal cakes.
There's no
which,
bacon?
by the way, are awesome. I love cake.
But there's no bacon.
But there's no bacon.
Wouldn't it be more awesomeness if there was bacon?
Denny's had a maple bacon sundae for a while.
Yeah, well.
It was amazing. Everybody except Denny's didn't.
Huh.
Yeah. No, they had that. I had one a lot. Yep.
My wife brought home some chocolate with bacon chips in the chocolate. And oh, my goodness.
Yeah, somebody was randomly walking one of the car shows. I took my car to one of the.
You took your car show?
My car show to the car show. You're gonna have a car show. I'm bringing my car show. No, one of the car shows.
Oh,
I had my car in. Some random person came around with a tray of chocolate covered bacon. Of course, I ate it. It was really good.
This is chocolate covered bacon. This was like a Hershey's chocolate with little chips and pieces of bacon mixed in it.
Oh, instead of almonds.
Instead of almonds, exactly
brilliant.
Right.
And
it was
brilliant.
delicious because you had that salty, smoky bacon flavor with that delicious milk chocolate. I'm drooling right now.
Jeez, I don't have any candy down here.
You don't? Why don't you?
I don't know.
You used to have some of that Gordadelli.
Yeah, but we ate it.
We did. In 38
You know what?
seconds.
I got that right from San Francisco.
I know you
One
did.
of the good things, the only good things to come out of San Francisco.
And we can buy it right at our local grocery store.
I got it from the Ghirardelli store in San Francisco right after I paid my fat, unhealthy food tax on the meal I ate. bottom down there. Surcharge unhealthy food.
No, really?
No joke. Not even kidding at all.
You pay a tax because you eat unhealthy food?
Yeah. Or, well, it's a surcharge, right?
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
California,
Yeah.
welcome to
And
the
I don't-
socialist nation.
I don't think it matters what you order. It's
Holy
per
smoke.
establishment. So this place served unhealthy food. So even if you got a salad, I think your surcharge still applies.
It's based on the establishment, not
I
necessarily
think so.
on
I
the
could
meal.
be wrong. I'm not an expert, other than I know they're communists, and I know I can't buy
my
clothes in my
goodness.
size there.
Yeah, you talked about that.
But yeah, this is ridiculous.
I don't think they go up higher than a medium there, do they?
No, they really. It was one of the funniest.
It's like a Beach Boy
shopping
song,
trips I've
you know,
ever been
Surfer
on.
Girls.
Yeah, well, that.
Uh-huh.
All right. Anyway,
This is your favorite topic. You love
it's
you
not,
like
and I'm actually not going to talk about it. So go
okay.
ahead.
You like dogs, right? You love dogs. You're not going to talk about it. We got to ask police.
Of course,
officers,
I love dogs. Where's my dog? I have a
please
couple around here.
stop shooting dogs. Cops love to shoot dogs. Why are they shooting
I
dogs
don't,
all the
again,
time?
I don't think that's true.
All
I
of them.
think
Every
the majority,
every cop in this country has shot at least 6 dogs.
They're trained to brutally shoot dogs as part of their mentality.
Well, they are trained to shoot dogs.
Well, of course they're trained to shoot dogs, just like they're trained to shoot humans, but it's the context that matters.
That's very true. That's
Yeah.
brilliant. They are trained to shoot humans. I bet not. I think you blew my mind.
Yeah, well,
All right. Police officers opened fire and seriously wounded. I saw the pictures. They shot him like 6 times.
All right, I don't
know how
care.
this dog survived.
Because dogs are tough.
They're very tough. As the men forced their way into the backyard of the wrong residence while searching for a woman convicted of a consensual sex act.
That happens a lot.
She was a prostitute.
Yeah. Why is that illegal?
They went to the door. That's another argument. But they went to the door, and the person at the door says, I don't know who that person is. We've lived here for 3 years. I don't know who that is. They said, oh, yeah, right. So they sent cops around unlawfully into the gated backyard. It's a no trespassing sign. They have no probable cause.
But was there a beware of dogs sign?
There wasn't. They go in there, and the dog goes, oh, somebody's going to come and play with me. Ooh, and the dog's all excited, and they go, bam, 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 and they shoot this dog. And I don't know what's going on, but I want to read this quote. It's by the blogs and website Police State USA. American policing,
so you know it's unbiased. Again, like the Jack Daniels
has
study.
deteriorated into all but a vestige of a bygone era of relative lucidity, a casualty of orchestrated fear and consolidation of control. Our police departments have systematically adopted a militarized temperament proportionate to the gear of war unleashed upon an increasingly weary public. The potential for brutality perpetually simmers beneath the Kevlar vest and the tactical chest rigs. That's what it is. In a nutshell, that says it very well.
In some cases.
I'm going to say in a lot of large cities. That's
okay,
the case.
well, sure.
I think
and that's
you're
very different. The majority of the police forces are not that well equipped.
Well, I live in a relatively small community, and we have
Okay.
all that riot gear.
Do you want to say why? I mean, really.
Okay, well, we live close to a community where all of the college students like to burn couches after a Rose
win
Bowl
or a loss,
a Rose Bowl
or
win
it doesn't matter
at Michigan State University.
Well,
All right,
no,
well,
look, the number of burned couches was down during the Rose Bowl because it was Christmas break.
And it was very, very cold.
It was cold, and there was nobody
like
in town.
20 below.
Everyone, they were all at their parents, burning their parents'
They're
couch.
doing their laundry.
Their parents were doing the laundry.
Yeah,
their
mom was doing the laundry and fixing them food, and they didn't feel like going out and burning the couch. But anyways, we've got to change that. I mean, you've got to look at your local police departments and see what's going on, whether they're small or large or in between. We need to get the police back into
for sure,
the civilian side and not the military side.
Reasonableness.
Do you hear about Sean Penn?
I did, yeah. He's got
an
a
actor.
girlfriend.
Yeah, she's a South African. She's kind of famous, too.
That doesn't matter.
She's an actress, model, or something. Just because her mother shot her father in self-defense when she was young, she doesn't like guns.
Yeah. Weird.
So Sean's dating her, and he's using his little wah-wah as a compass instead of using his mind. And he is quoted as saying, being provoked by this aforementioned strong woman and considering how liberating of bull crap and ugliness it would be not only get rid of the guns I have in the continental United States, but also destroy them. Jeff Koons and I have chatted the other day. The highest bidder gets every single one of my guns put in the hands of this iconic artist and sculptor. Koons will decommission and render inactive all of my cowardly killing machines.
Sean Penn, I have to tell you that you, sir, are the coward in this situation.
I heard
to be afraid,
and I heard he owned like 64 guns.
To be afraid of this object, just because this woman, who apparently I would stay the hell away from her if she's this
She
nuts.
sounds psycho.
To think that these inanimate objects, guns, I've never seen or heard of a gun killing somebody with no interaction from something,
a human being,
something else,
or some physical entity.
Some sort of force that makes it go off. You're a moron.
I agree,
and not that good of an actor. So,
well, I don't know about that.
Well, me either. I just felt like I wanted to say it. So
I'm not going to judge.
Does he have any movies coming out?
Yeah,
yeah.
He's got that big one that he's. They're up for a bunch of Academy Awards. The guy that interacts with his computer. Her or something. What's that called?
Yeah,
Her.
Yeah. So
he's in that, but it's not a big part.
Yeah, but
there are no small parts.
So who's talking about
only
it now?
small actors? What?
Who's talking about it now? Everybody's talking about Sean Penn.
Oh,
you remember?
You think this is all I would never have my 64 guns or 6,000 or whatever number I have that were lost in a boating accident made into a sculpture.
No, neither would I.
Not for any woman. Not even for a guy.
No.
And you know me.
You'll do anything for a guy. I know. Oh, Sean Penn. Sean Penn.
God, he's dreaming.
You and that moron with the funny voice, the cowbell guy. What's his name?
The cowbell
Him and
guy.
Jim Carrey. All of these other actors that want attention.
Jim Carrey's
I'm
terrible.
in Hollywood and I think I know anything.
Charles hasn't. Like, my opinion means anything, and I know. They're idiots. All right.
What did you say, Charlton Heston?
Jim Carrey did a bad spoof on Charlton Heston. He did a little video on the YouTube where he was making fun of Charlton Heston and all this stuff. It was terrible.
Yeah.
In poor taste.
I was saying, speaking of that,
yeah.
Brian, guess what I'm going to do? What I plan on doing.
Well, I'm going with you.
Months.
I'm going with you.
Guess what I've just changed my plans to not do?
We're going together. That's right. Let's announce that, I guess. We're planning anyways, tentatively.
Announcement,
we've got our press passes for the National Rifle Association convention in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
And At Odds will be down there trying to get interviews with Charlton Heston.
You're going to be on that all weekend.
It's going to be very tough.
Where's
Charlton Heston? Where's Charlton Heston? I want to talk to Charlton Heston. Where is he?
Well, I'm hoping to run into Michael Moore. He's an NRA member.
Yeah, he's not going to be there.
I'm hoping to run into him.
He might be outside protesting.
I'm hoping to run into some protesters.
You and I will go there. We're kind of planning maybe. We could record the whole road trip and play parts of that for the show.
I'm sure people would really enjoy that.
Yeah,
well, here we go.
Yeah, if they want
Exit
to kill
42.
themselves. Yep. Look at that. There's
45.
Look at that. There's some cows.
Brian, wake up. You're going off the road. Wake up.
There's cows there. Oh, look at that. Oh, a skunk. Dead skunk on the road. Anyways, we're hoping to go and, maybe get some interviews with some people and have some content for the show. Otherwise, we will have fun trying to live forever by drinking alcohol. And
no, we won't.
No, what?
We won't.
We won't live forever?
I won't be drinking.
Really?
Yeah, no. I'm going to be driving.
No, I mean when we get to the event. There's all... Listen.
Guns and alcohol, you're right.
Guns
That's
and
what
alcohol
the NRA is about.
They go together.
Now, I will tell you, and I shouldn't do this because they might revoke our press passes, But I'm really hoping to find somebody high up in the NRA that I can ask if they really know the difference between a rifle and a shotgun. Because when I saw the NRA table with the sign up now, win a free shotgun, or win a free rifle with a shotgun sitting there, and I asked them,
those are bad things.
They weren't very happy. They actually said, "Oh, I didn't think that anybody from around here would even know the difference."
Oh, see,
that's
a local NRA person.
Oh, of course it was. Yeah, okay. Of course. All right. Facebook.com/AdOddShow. We'll be right back.
Red State Talk Radio.
Are you tired of commuting to a job that makes someone else rich, working harder than ever, but getting nowhere? Do you hate spending hundreds of dollars every week on daycare, having someone else raise your children? With our opportunities, you can start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss, work from home, and live a happier life. At Be the Boss Network, you'll find hundreds of work-from-home opportunities that you can literally start today and be earning money as soon as next week. Go to freedom66.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss. Get out of the rat race. Work from home. Go to freedom66.com right now and change your life today. That's freedom66.com. Go to freedom66.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You be the boss. Go to freedom66.com.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-1892 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-1892 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-1892. That's 1-800-516-1892. Again, 1-800-516-1892.
Honestly, I don't feel great about my mom living alone. She's growing older and weaker every day. That's reality when you're in your 70s, but remaining independent is important to her, and I get that. That's why I chose Medical Guardian to ensure her safety. If she falls and can't reach the phone, if there's a fire, or if someone breaks in, she presses one button, help comes rushing, and I am contacted. Accidents and emergencies really do happen. I refuse to risk her safety, and I feel good about choosing Medical Guardian. After all, she's my mom.
Protect your parent and give yourself peace of mind. Call 800-325-1089 for a free brochure. Medical Guardian has no activation fees, equipment costs, or long-term contracts. Be one of the first 50 callers to find out how you can get a free month of service. That's Medical Guardian at 800-325-1089. Ask how you can get a free month of service. 800-325-1089. That's 800-325-1089.
Guns.
RoboCop, I love it. We're back, and I'm Brian.
And I am Nate.
We're going to talk about guns and all kinds of stuff.
You know what? You just shocked everybody that has ever listened to this show before.
We never talk about
No,
guns.
they didn't think we would do that.
Well, we have to find a niche or niche, depending on
niche.
If you're Colombian or not. There's an accent there.
How do you say it in Spanish?
Nicho. Oh, no, that's your friend.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we won't talk about Nicho. What? You know, they're listening. They're going to pick him up. They're going to take him back. I know he does a great job on your lawn.
It's not funny at all.
It's a little funny.
Anyway, moving on.
What?
Go. I'm ready.
I got nothing.
I wanted you to talk about you. I see you have written down here, NSA does things that I don't agree with. You wanted to say a little something about that?
I agree. Well, I was talking to my cousin, and she was talking about, I don't care if the NSA is listening to me or something, and blah, 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 but I'm sure all the people or the peons that have to listen to all that crap all day long are going nuts, and they should complain to their
superiors.
human resources thing,
Yeah.
you know. And I said, well, if they're bitching about it on their cell phones, they already know.
Yeah, it's true.
That's funny.
No, it's true.
New American Foundation did a study, I guess, and it says they found that the claim that bulk metadata collection is not useful at all, or very little. They haven't really stopped any terrorism collecting. Everybody's
from that
phone records
aspect,
and
stopping terror.
what?
Okay, so to believe what this study says, you have to accept the premise
That they are doing
that
it for
they're
that reason.
doing this to stop terrorism.
Yeah, they're not.
That's not true.
No.
At all.
What are they doing it for?
To spy on people, to gather information to be useful in whatever way they want, not to stop foreign terrorists from attacking the United States, because there's easier ways to do that sort of thing. They're collecting millions of text messages on people in one day, on average, and this is kind of what they're using some of this data for. 5 million missed call alerts, which they can use for contact chaining and find out who's calling who and who's whatever.
And telemarketing.
1.6 million border crossings a day. They look at roaming, tower changes, and things, so they know where you're going. 110,000 names from electronic
They know where
business
my
cards.
phone is going.
They know where your phone is going, and
Not
if
necessarily
somebody
me.
else has your phone, you're responsible
That's-
anyway, so it
that's-
really doesn't matter.
That's
800,000 financial transactions, credit card numbers being sent, text to
Why
text
would they ever want to
transfers.
know about your money and stuff?
Why would they? I don't know.
Taxes?
That's in a day. 5 million missed call alerts.
Yeah. See, that's what people don't understand. And I talked to a coworker, and he says, "Well, if I have nothing to hide. I don't care if the NSA listens to all my phone calls and all that stuff. I have nothing to fear." And I just looked at him and go, you're just an idiot. I said, "You're not doing anything wrong now,
I bet your coworkers love you.
but who's to say they don't change a law and all of a sudden something you thought was lawful now is against the law and they're listening to you?"
Yeah.
I said, "You're going to be the first ones that walks up the ramp onto the freight cars." "Well, this isn't 1930s. That'll never happen in the United States." I said, "Has the United States ever done anything like that?" "Well, maybe when they did the Indians and stuff." "What about the Japanese?" "Oh, yeah, I forgot about that."
Well, but, it's not the 30s. Now,
Oh, my God.
the NSA, this is like Project Dishfire or whatever is what they're calling it. They said that they don't mean to spy on Americans, but of course it happens on accident. And of course, here's the deal. They actively work to remove extraneous data, including that of innocent foreign citizens, as quickly as possible.
Crap.
They didn't mention anything about removing data from U.S. citizens
No.
other than, well, we just follow the U.S. privacy laws and whatever we can get away with.
Yeah. Well, the study that I mentioned earlier says that actually the traditional investigative methods work much better. Informants, community, family
TSA.
tips. TSA doesn't do anything.
What? They
Except
stop terrorists?
grope your penis or whatever. Researchers also show that individualized and targeted warrants issued through traditional criminal courts are much more effective. So, the old ways were much better.
A
in
warrant
stopping
issued when there's like actual
data
reasonable
to-
suspicion.
Right. As opposed to just listening to everybody.
That's interesting.
I
Well, it's an
hate this
accident. They're not
government.
doing
This
it
is
on
going so
purpose.
bad.
They're not doing. It is going bad, isn't it?
It's really going bad. I just want it to stop. I want it to end.
You are a racist anarchist.
Oh,
That's all I have to say
God.
about you. Horrible, horrible person. If our president was white, you would be okay with all.
I
this
would
stuff.
support him 100%.
Exactly.
If he was white. Listen, it's not
like you did with Bill Clinton.
this. It's not his pallor. It's his politics that I'm against. So it doesn't have anything to do with his. Listen, he's half white, he's half black. I don't care what he is.
Yeah, and it's
Flip a coin. He can be white one day and black the other.
It's
I don't
his
care.
White half.
He's horrible.
That really annoys me. I'll tell you. That's the half that really gets to me. Now, maybe he should do that. Maybe he should come out one day and announce that he's white for the day and see if his approval rating goes up.
Ooh, Well, I don't know about the day, but for the week maybe.
Oh, okay.
White week. It's White Week.
Well, that would be racist.
Would it? Why?
I don't know why, but that's what I've been told.
Black Week. They have a whole black month, February. Nobody can do a parade in February. It's too damn cold. That's why they gave him February.
It's the shortest month, too. But, I mean, come on.
That's a Chris Rock joke.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways.
I don't like him either, by the way.
Well,
anyway, let's move on.
You should listen to your dad because, he's like your dad. Real quick.
Okay, so a little context. That's what Chris Rock said about the government.
Well,
and Obama.
Obama in particular. He's like your mom and dad. You got to listen to your mom and dad.
No.
They know what's right for you.
No.
I like this. U.S. Supreme Court said the U.S. Corps of Army Engineers cannot prohibit firearms on their property. They own a lot of property.
All of those dams and all of those other places
where special projects they have.
People
they're
can camp.
Federal land. Yeah, they can camp. They can recreate. They can hunt. They can fish.
You actually can utilize your natural right to defend yourself with your tool of choice.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So now
you know what? I had never thought that we should ever allow something like that. Something as natural as self-defense.
Okay, Ernie. Now, what I'm saying is the court looked at it like this, and it's not looking at it as a Second Amendment issue per se, and that it's federal land, so they have to hold the Second Amendment. They said the court holds that tents are akin to homes, where the Second Amendment rights are protected definitely. We don't know about outside your house, but definitely in your home or your tent. The court also holds that the Second Amendment protects the right to carry guns as well as to possess them at home. Remember? That's what Heller versus D.C. You have the right to keep guns at home, but we're not so sure that you have rights to carry the guns outside your home.
Because it says that. If you read the Second Amendment, it says in your home or tent. It's got fine print. It says or tent. Oh, there's an asterisk, actually.
Is there?
Yeah, and it says or tent.
I don't know about that. It says so that the regulation is unconstitutional even as to carrying outside tents. Now, they're saying that you can carry outside your tent, quote, home.
And if tents are like homes, you can project that out to say that you can carry outside of your home.
That's a great decision. So I just wanted to throw that out there for all the Second Amendment people.
Oh, and mostly for the anti-Second Amendment people. In your face. What you got? You wanted to talk about this mirror thing? It's ridiculous. It's a horrible tactic.
A mirror into the soul.
Yeah, that's what the headline says.
At noon on December 30th, protesters in Kiev held mirrors in front of police for 30 minutes to commemorate the night of November 30th when riot police used excessive force to break up a peaceful rally on Independence Square consisting mostly of university students. I thought it was great. They had photographs where had people facing the police in full riot military gear, and they held up these huge mirrors so the officers could look at themselves and see what they looked like.
Did they find any vampires?
Violating the rights of the people, and a lot of the pictures were showing the officers that couldn't look into the mirror. They were looking down and away.
Or it was a photo of them happening to be looking down when they took the photo.
Absolutely, but they found 6 vampires. And so the protesters immediately got stakes and hammers. Yeah. They drove stakes into the hearts of these people and then realized it was just an optical illusion based on
they weren't
position
holding
of the mirror right. And so they actually weren't vampires. But, mistakes will happen.
Yeah, you can't take your chances with vampires.
Did we do our third break?
No, but I usually don't like to do that. But we're going to take a break.
Oh, well,
at oddshow.com, of course, you're right here, Red State Talk Radio.
I want to come back with one or two more things, and then we'll wrap up.
My Parents Open Carry, a pro-gun kids book from White Feather Press. 13-year-old Brenna and her parents spend their day in typical fashion. But what's not so typical is that Brenna's parents lawfully open carry handguns for self-defense. And the Strongs join a growing number of families who are standing up for their Second Amendment right and bringing gun ownership out of the closet. Order your copy of this unique kids book at myparentsopencarry.com.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-1892 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-1892 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-1892. That's 1-800-516-1892. Again, 1-800-516-1892.
Are you frustrated with your current job, not making the type of money that you know you are worth? Is it time for a change? Start earning money working from home with Autopilot Marketing. Go to income28.com now. That's income, the number 28.com. Take our free video tour today and start earning money as early as next week. Go to income28.com. That's income, the number 28.com.
Honestly, I don't feel great about my mom living alone. She's growing older and weaker every day. That's reality when you're in your 70s, but remaining independent is important to her, and I get that. That's why I chose Medical Guardian to ensure her safety. If she falls and can't reach the phone, if there's a fire, or if someone breaks in, she presses one button, help comes rushing, and I am contacted. Accidents and emergencies really do happen. I refuse to risk her safety, and I feel good about choosing Medical Guardian. After all, she's my mom.
Protect your parent and give yourself peace of mind. Call 800-325-1089 for a free brochure. Medical Guardian has no activation fees, equipment costs, or long-term contracts. Be one of the first 50 callers to find out how you can get a free month of service. That's Medical Guardian at 800-325-1089. Ask how you can get a free month of service. 800-325-1089. That's 800-325-1089.
And we're back. I'm Nate.
No, you're not. I'm Nate.
Oh, yeah, and I'm Brian.
And I'm Brian.
Brian,
Well-
you're drunk.
No, I'm not. I'm going to live forever, though.
Just for the night.
I guess when I was down in Texas, I heard there was a judge down there that got caught texting instructions to
Judge Ann. Yeah, I know her. You met her. I introduced you.
I've been before.
Yeah, right. She was texting.
I didn't have bail money.
She was texting instructions to the prosecutor,
How to
which
put
didn't
me
help
away.
you. Yeah,
No,
didn't
no.
help you out.
I did
Because
90 days.
You're never on the prosecution side.
I did 90 days down there in Texas. And when you do 90 days in Texas, that's like 10 years anywhere
and
else.
it's 90 days in the hole for sure.
Anyway, she resigned after being caught texting instructions. This is a judge. Instructions to the prosecutor to help them win convictions.
So they should have been good instructions.
Well,
I mean, I'd imagine.
Hey, Bill, just a little tip. You might want to cross-examine on this because, you really screwed up.
Plead not guilty.
This isn't going well for you. By the way, I have jury duty coming up in my county.
You're kind of lucky.
Really? How am I lucky?
I want to do that, and
I've never been asked
don't
because I usually say, they say, do you have any issues? And I say, yes. They go, what are they? I said, too many to discuss now.
Can we just name
dismissed?
Can we
Next.
Can we just name what's normal about me? That's much easier.
I've never been on a jury. It works great.
Yeah, it does. It does. That's good.
That's it. So if you want to kind of wrap up the show, that's good. Otherwise, what?
I don't know. I don't really have anything. I mean, we never have enough stuff on our list to talk about.
We have more than enough
because we're at the end of it. I only have
how much
14 more pages that we haven't talked about yet.
How much time do I have?
You have a minute.
Okay. Bridgeport, Connecticut. New law bags first legal gun owner, unfortunately. Guy's pulled over for allegedly tailgating.
Don't talk to the police.
Police notice that the guy has a concealed pistol permit and says, "Hey, do you have a gun?" "Oh, yeah, officer, I have a gun. Here it is." And so the cop says, "Well, I'm confiscating that." And he takes the gun, he unloads it. "Oh, my goodness. You have 11 bullets in the magazine. You only can have 10. And the guy says, "Well, I didn't know that." "Well, that's too bad. We're writing you up, and we're taking your gun, and, we're going to throw you in jail, and blah, blah, blah." Don't talk to the police. If they ask you if you have a gun, say,
"This is another case.
I'm not answering that question, officer."
More evidence for the people that say, "Why don't you just cooperate and be nice and do everything they want?"
Right.
And they'll just let you on your way because the police are all
they're
good. They'll just let you go.
It's all strudels
He
and
had
sunshine.
one extra bullet, obviously on his way to commit mass murder.
Yes.
No other reason, or shoot kidneys. I can't tell which.
Definitely.
Both, probably. Mass shooting of kidneys.
And because they changed the law
kind.
recently, this guy now has a criminal record.
Yeah. Now, shame on the cop.
He's trying to...
Okay, shame on this police officer for enforcing something that's
An
so
unconstitutional
obviously
law.
unconstitutional as this. How can you live with yourself doing that sort of thing?
Just doing my job.
Yep.
Just my job.
You know,
I don't make the laws. I just enforce the laws.
Yeah, well...
They hung a lot of people in Nuremberg for
What's
that?
What's that? Yeah. Well, what's that theory? I was going to say, because
Godwin's Law?
Much of the Nazis just following orders.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, come on. That's not an excuse for doing something that is against your principles. Apparently, it wasn't against his principles. Shame on you.
You're a bad police officer.
All right, we are out of time now, though. So, adoddshow.com, facebook.com/adoddshow, myparentsopencarry.com, Brian Jeffs is over there.com, and
thanks
that's
for
about
listening.
it. See you next week.
Bye-bye.